All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. This is an addition. It's not the one that I had originally planned for Saturday morning. We're going to do that one next week, which is all about the value of having a monthly auto ship with Synergy Worldwide. And I wanted to be able to do this one because tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and there's 28 days in the month, and Valentine's Day is on the 14th. So that means that tomorrow, half of February is over, and you've got 2 weeks left in February to take advantage of the heart health promotions that Synergy Worldwide has put in place for the month of February. They have a nice graphic, the heart of the matter. And today's presentation is to help you understand what these promotions are, and then also suggestions on how you can use social media to begin to create interest that could possibly then result in people becoming customers for you. And then also, if you are talking to people who are interested in the Synergy business, then this is also an excellent month for you to bring them on board with Synergy Worldwide because of the promotion that they have for you personally sponsoring new distributors. So with that said, let's look at first what the different promotions are for this month of February. There's 3 of them. There's Grow Your Team. You can earn a jumbo jar of Pro Arts 9 Plus when you personally sponsor 3 new team members. Again, when a new person joins Synergy Worldwide, there's 2 basic things for a person to become a distributor. They pay a one-time only, non-refundable registration fee of $24.95, and then they need to place an activation order, and that activation order needs to be at least 150 CV of volume or greater. So any person that you basically bring in the Synergy Worldwide this month, if you get 3 new team members, then Synergy will send you a free jumbo jar. That's a $235 value. So that's pretty nice. I think that's the biggest promotion I've seen Synergy offer in the last 6 months with regards to sponsoring people into your Synergy organization. So this is the month, if you're planning to try and bring people into your organization as distributors, this is the month that you really want to go after it, especially in these next 2 weeks, so that you can win this great promotional aspect of a jumbo jar. And then for those that actually join your team, in addition to their activation order that they place, they'll also get a free metabolic LDL. Now, I think it was I can't remember if it was last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago, I did a full Saturday presentation on a product focus, and that product focus was on metabolic LDL. This is just a fantastic product. It's one of the best products Synergy Worldwide's created. It's a clinically proven product. It's specifically designed to help people lower their cholesterol naturally and do it without side effects. It is a great, so there's really 2 markets for the metabolic LDL. In the month of February, there's the market for heart health. There's a lot of people who have cholesterol concerns, who are on statin drugs. This is just an ideal product for them, and I'll show this a little bit later. I just recently put up a new video because there is great research showing how the bergamot extract that is part of metabolic LDL actually does the same thing that statins do, but without side effects. So bergamot extract actually lowers low density lipoprotein, or the bad cholesterol. It interferes with the liver's ability to create cholesterol, and at the same time it does it without side effects. And when you look at the metabolic LDL, as we talked about in our product presentation last month, is that metabolic LDL is also a very powerful antioxidant, and antioxidants prevent free radicals from oxidizing the bad cholesterol. So this, again, is a very powerful product. And if you know how to put up your right social media posts, you can begin to create a lot of interest around this product. Now, again, if a team member joins this month, if you take advantage of the Grow Your Team promotion and you begin to sponsor people in the Synergy Worldwide, the people who join will get this free bottle of the metabolic LDL. And then you can also build your customer base. And if a new customer places an order of $100 or more, then with their order, they get a free CoQ10. Again, when you look at statin usage, and I'll get into this a little bit more when we do some ideas that I have for you from a promotional standpoint. Anyone who's using a statin drugs lower the ability of the liver to create coenzyme Q10. So the liver in your body both creates cholesterol and also creates this thing called coenzyme Q10. It's an energy source, and as an energy source, it's an energy source that your organs need, but your heart really needs. And what they found is that people who are using statin drugs by themselves also interfere with the liver's ability to create coenzyme Q10. So a person who's using statin drugs also sees a decrease in their CoQ10 levels in their bloodstream. So here again is a great product to help people who are on a statin drug that maybe they don't want to go off their statin drug. And I would never recommend anyone go off their statin drug unless they have consultation with their physician, their doctor. But there's plenty of great peer-reviewed clinical research that shows how the bergamot fruit extract lowers cholesterol and helps statin drugs work more effectively. So if a person's using metabolic LDL on a statin drug, they could work with their physician to see about lowering their amount of statins that they have to take, maybe even getting off statins completely, and at the same time using a CoQ10, because statins, again, reduce CoQ10 levels in the bloodstream, and a person really needs CoQ10 for optimal heart health. And that's where Synergy Worldwide is providing us with these three opportunities that if we take and begin to market the importance of heart health, especially since February is in America. I know I've got some people here that are they're not in the US, they're in other countries, but here in America, February is Heart Health Month. It originally started off with regards to just women, but now it's Heart Health Month for everyone, not just women, but everyone. Everyone can stand to improve their heart health. So you can grow your team. And if you get 3 new distributors, Synergy rewards you with a jumbo jar. That's a $235 value. If the person joins as a distributor, in addition to their activation order, they're going to get a free metabolic LDL, a $39 value. Basically, that pretty much waives the $24.95 registration fee. And if you have a new customer who places an order of $100 or more, they're going to get a bottle of CoQ10, a $20 value. Basically covers the cost of their shipping. So in the remaining days that we have in February, which after tomorrow, starting Monday, you've got 2 weeks, 14 days. This is not leap year this year for February. So you have 28 days in February, you'll have 14 days. And my suggestion is that you do some type of daily social post on how people can improve their cardiovascular health. And you use the theme of February is Heart Health Month. And I want to help you understand how you can naturally improve your heart health, your cardiovascular health, however you want to do it. And my suggestions are, one, to focus on cholesterol issues. 25% of the American population, adult population, is using some form of statin drug. It's crazy. And again, I'm not here to bash statin drugs, because statin drugs actually do what they're supposed to do. They actually do lower cholesterol. They're very effective in interfering with the liver's ability to create cholesterol. The problem is they have side effects. Again, I'll show you this in a little bit later when we go into our Synergy Family website. When we look at this, I've posted up on that website in the cholesterol marketing page the last Saturday in January, where we did the product focus on metabolic LDL. And that focus, we looked at some of the different side effects that come from using a statin. Well, you can begin to, again, use that information to begin to put up different social posts. Say, if you're using a statin drug, you may have side effects. If you're interested in a natural way to lower your cholesterol, here might be a solution. And again, you could play a video. Synergy Worldwide created a fantastic video on metabolic LDL. It's such a good video that I've never bothered to try and create my own video for metabolic LDL. It's that good. And that's not to say that my videos are that good. All I'm saying to you is that the Synergy video that they did on the original video for metabolic LDL, they still have access to, and it is just a fantastic video to help people understand how powerful this product is for helping to address cholesterol concerns and do it without side effects. Also, highlight the fact that statin drugs deplete CoQ10 in the body. And why is that so important for their heart health? You could do a very simple Google search. It's what I typically do when I'm looking to write an article. If I know what my article wants to be on, let's say I want to look at high blood pressure. Uh, and here's an idea. I mean, as I'm thinking through this, my wheels are turning. So I could go and do a Google, and I could do a Google search. What are the 6 best ways to lower your blood pressure? And I can tell you that when I look at the 6 ways that are always given to people, no one ever mentions nitric oxide therapy. I'll come back to that thought in just a little bit when I come to the next focus. So anyways, you can do a simple Google search, side effects of statin drugs. And then you could begin to do a social post and list those, and then give the link to the actual document that you're pulling that information from, so that a person in your social post is not just your opinion. It is information that you're reporting that they can link to, and they can get more information on it. So you can begin to create this whole aspect that if a person's on a statin drug, yeah, I've got that side effect, or yeah, that's how I feel. And you offer them an opportunity to maybe address their cholesterol concerns with something that's natural and something that doesn't have side effects. And it becomes a progression of information that you share with people. Or you can share, do statin drugs deplete CoQ10 in the body? If you do that as a Google search, you will get a wealth of information with regards to this whole area in statin drugs and how statin drugs deplete CoQ10. And again, you can support your social media post with, quote, scientific information, end of quote, so that you don't get targeted. You're not giving misinformation to people. And you can begin to be able to set the stage for people to address health issues that they might have. And then they become receptive to a solution. And a solution then can be metabolic LDL, especially since metabolic LDL is a clinically proven product that has a clinical study to it. And again, you can provide this type of information for people in your social posts. Whatever you're planning to do, you make sure that you utilize the resource tools that we have available to you. So I'm going to click over to my Google browser, and we have a website that we created for our Synergy family. We make this website available to anyone in Synergy Worldwide. We don't restrict it. When you come onto the main page for our website, and again, the URL is very simple, oursynergyfamily.com, you'll scroll down and you see what we have, these marketing strategies. And we're talking about cholesterol concerns. So if you click on the button underneath cholesterol concerns, it takes you to a dedicated page that allows you to have access to videos and PDFs that would help you in your marketing strategy. Here is the video that I was talking about. This video created by Synergy Worldwide is just flat out outstanding. And so you could suggest to a person, after you've helped them understand that there is a natural way to address cholesterol concerns by the bergamot fruit extract, In fact, there's a specific product that's been created. Here's a link to a video that will give you more information about how good this product is. And then you would have the link. And again, I've shared this in other Saturday presentations. All you do to get a link to a video is you put your cursor over the video. If you're using a mouse like I do, because I don't like the pads that are on computers, but if you're adept on using your computer pad, you can do the same thing. You right click, and then you'll see copy video URL. And if you copy that video URL, you can then paste it up on your social post. And in your social post, when you paste that up, once they click on that, it will take them directly to the video that
To create,
takes them directly to that video. This is a 2-minute and 45-second video. It's been viewed almost 1,800 times. 23 positive responses with no negative responses to it. And again, it is a great video on the power of metabolic LDL. Short, sweet, to the point, impactful. And again, you're using that as a way to help validate information that you've shared with them in previous social posts. Here's another great PDF that you can do. The natural alternative to statin drugs. Again, how do you get the link to this? You can do it one of two ways. Right click on the image, copy link address, or just directly click on the image and it takes you to this PDF that we created and the top 9 side effects of statin drugs. So you could do a social media post and say, if you're on a statin drug, you most likely experience some side effect. Would you like to be able to find something that would help you address your cholesterol without side effects? Click on the link below to look at a natural alternative to statin drugs, one that compares side effects, and see if this natural product might not make a difference for you. Again, I'm doing this off the top of my head, but once you create a social post, you read it out loud. You want to make sure that it's conversational. You want to make sure that your spelling, that you're using is correct. Again, everything that you do in writing a script, you do the same thing in a social post. Once you write it, you don't send it out. You read it out loud to make sure that it sounds correct, like you're having a conversation with the individual across the table from you. And then once it sounds correct and you've got your link in there, then you put your social post out. When they click on that link, it comes to this PDF. Top 9 side effects of statin drugs. Depletes the body of CoQ10. Statin drugs, yes. Metabolic LDL, no. Muscle soreness, yes, no. Muscle wasting, yes, no. Potential for memory loss, yes, no. Higher risk of developing diabetes, yes, no. Inhibits the synthesis of vitamin K2, yes, no. Increased risk for breast cancer, yes, no. Increased risk for prostate cancer, yes, no. Increased risk for cardiac, yes, no. And then again, you'll notice that there's little asterisks and plus signs because it gives the sourcing for the different things that are being said. Dr. Stephan Sinatra, John Hopkins, Dr. Marcola. So the statements that you're making here on the side effects are again supported in science, and then our metabolic LDL compared to a statin drug. Again, if a person decides to use a statin drug or use metabolic LDL, always caution them. If you're going to use this, I would still suggest that you talk with your physician so that as you use this product, maybe you can work with your physician and you'll be able to get off of your statin drug, or maybe be able to lower that statin drug to the least amount that you have to take. Again, it's a great way for you to be able to use promotional material to be able to set the stage, to create the interest, and then take that interest and move it to an action where a person then wants to utilize this product. Going back to our page. And then what I shared with you before, at the last Saturday in January, we did a product focus on metabolic LDL. Here's the recording of that Saturday presentation. And then here is the PDF that was used in that Saturday presentation. Again, you'll most likely find that if you click on this PDF, you'll find some things that you can pull out of that PDF that you could use in social media posts to, again, build the narrative. So maybe you take next week and you build the narrative around people addressing cholesterol concerns and learning how to do it naturally. Now, the other marketing strategy, oh, and one other thing I want to do before I go on to the other marketing strategy. Whatever you're going to do, if you're going to offer people access to a product, in this case, metabolic LDL to address cholesterol concerns and do it as effectively without side effects of maybe their statin drug. And if they're on a statin drug and they don't want to use something like metabolic LDL, they really need to address this issue about CoQ10 in their body. Well, maybe they need to supplement with CoQ10. They stay with the use of their statin drug, but they then incorporate CoQ10. Again, if you do research in this area, you will find that there is great articles, scientific studies on how effective it is to bring CoQ10 into a person's system if they're on a statin drug. Makes a big difference. Anyways, if you're going to offer a product, then make sure that you offer a link to your replicated website in Synergy Worldwide. Now, the replicated website is always your ID number .synergyworldwide.com. So again, going back to my other browser, if I go up here and I start, because again, it's got history, as soon as I do my 747, it comes up with the link. And where did I find the links? Again, I go on my replicated website. You know that you're on your replicated website because your name will be in the upper right-hand corner. Make sure that you're in the United States, because if that's who you're marketing to. Now, if you're up in other countries, then you got to pick the country that Synergy Worldwide operates in. But here in the US, I want to make sure that in the upper left-hand corner, it tells me that I'm in the United States website. All I do is hover over shop, go down to all products, and then I go down to the product that I'm looking for. So in this case, it's metabolic LDL. I click on it. And then all I do is just click on the URL, right click it, and then I copy that URL and I can put that in my social media posts. That's where these links came from. Metabolic LDL, CoQ10. So make sure that you provide them with a link to the product so that if they click on that link, they would then go to the metabolic LDL page for Synergy Worldwide. It would be on your replicated website. And if they decide that they're going to buy that product, they can add it to the cart. If they're new to Synergy Worldwide as a customer, then they go through the customer checkout process of putting in their name and their address and the information that they're asking for. And then once they pay for that, then Synergy will send them the product. You don't have to do that. Synergy does the product fulfillment for you. And the 25 CV of that product order goes on your tracking center one. And if you're here in the United States, once your tracking center one CV value is above 150, you start earning a 25% elite rebate for the month. If you're in Canada, once it's above 100 CV on your tracking center one, you start earning a 25% rebate on your tracking on your CV volume on your tracking center one. So as you gain customers, this begins to help you create CV on your tracking center one. That creates cash flow to operate your Synergy business. I have clients today that came from my marketing efforts around metabolic LDL that not only bought the product, but continue to reorder that product. And when they go and reorder, I don't have anything to do with their reorders. I just see their reorders show up in my back office. And that's CV volume that's added to my tracking center one, earning me elite rebates. Now, in addition to focusing on cholesterol concerns, let's focus on heart health, specifically nitric oxide. And I would always start my social media posts, have you ever heard about using nitric oxide therapy as a way to address cardiovascular health concerns? February is Heart Health Month. The Nobel Prize, the 1998 Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded to 3 American researchers who discovered how nitric oxide improves vascular health. And then what you might do, I mean, here are some different topics that you could do. You could start out with this whole thing. What is nitric oxide therapy? You could focus on high blood pressure, which is the #1 risk factor for strokes and heart attacks. It's the #1 diabetic complication, or you could focus on diabetic complication. You could focus on cognitive function. You could talk about sexual health because there's a cardiovascular component to this. Maybe your community, you're Black, and so the people that are in your social media are also Black. Well, you could talk to them about the cardiovascular health issues are greater in the Black community than they are in any other ethnic community. Why is it? Athletic performance. Maybe your people that you have in your social media are all into athletic performance. You could talk about, would you like to take your athletic performance to the next level and at the same time improve your cardiovascular health? How do you do that? Well, again, we go back to our Synergy family. We go to the nitric oxide therapy. We click on the button and go to the page. And then your resources are there on that page. So if you want to first begin to help people understand what nitric oxide therapy is, here's a great video. This is non-branded. Anytime that you see in the upper left-hand corner the Our Synergy Family logo, that means that that video is not branded to anyone. If you see my logo, the video's been branded to me. But I can tell you from my experience of being in Synergy worldwide since 2006 and starting to put up my videos, I think in 2009 or 2010, I don't think that's ever been an issue where someone shared my video and then instead of talking to the person who shared it with them, they called me instead. So don't get hung up on the back end of a video. What you need to understand is how to leverage a video properly and then follow up once you send a video to a person. So you could use this, what is nitric oxide therapy? Again, if you're going to do it, make sure you watch the video first. That video may also give you ideas in terms of how to write your social post. When you scroll down here, you'll see, I want to come down here to the other videos that we've created. So let's say that you're Black and that most of the people in your social media sphere of influence are also Black. You could come back to this whole aspect. Here in the Black community, we historically have issues in cardiovascular health. The question is why? Well, maybe this video on how nitric oxide therapy addresses multiple cardiovascular issues in the Black community might answer that question. I've watched this video. I would highly recommend that you watch this video and then let's talk. And again, you have that video and you can do the right click, copy video URL, put that into your post. Now, again, it's not branded to me. You'll see that it's got the Our Synergy Family logo in the upper right-hand corner. Or maybe you want to focus on high blood pressure because so many people in America have high blood pressure. Or you want to focus on diabetic complications because you know that a lot of the people that are in your social media sphere of influence have some issue with diabetes or family members with diabetes. Maybe you're in the athletic community and you want to focus on athletic performance. You could tie athletic performance and cardiovascular health together by helping people understand how nitric oxide therapy could address athletic performance, actually improve their athletic performance. So again, you're using a video to answer your question that you might use in a social media post. The question is to create interest. If the interest is there, then you provide the opportunity for them to get educated in a powerful way. And then you can, again, continue with your social media strategy to have them make a buying decision. Because if the information speaks to them, then they're going to be interested in what you have to offer from a buying decision. So you have all these different ways that you can begin to create plenty of opportunity every day for the next 2 weeks to create interest in cardiovascular health, improving their cardiovascular health. And then the last area that you have is you have this aspect about focusing on new distributors. Well, if, as we shared, if you bring in 3 new distributors during the month of February, you get rewarded from Synergy Worldwide. In addition to your fast start bonuses that you get when they become a new distributor, in addition to that, you'll also get a jumbo jar of Progen Plus. I would imagine that if you're up in Canada, you won't get a jumbo jar because Canada restricts the shipment of jumbo jars into Canada, but you would most likely get 6 boxes, which is the same equivalence in terms of product. There's 190 servings in a jumbo jar. 6 boxes at 30 servings a box would give you 180 servings. So 6 boxes are the equivalent of a jumbo jar. Here in the United States, we get a jumbo jar. I didn't check this for sure with Synergy Worldwide before today's presentation, but I would assume it would be 6 boxes up in Canada. Again, in attracting new distributors, they're people who are interested in creating for themselves a home-based business that could begin to return back to them $300 to $500 in cash flow on a monthly basis as they build their customer base. And we provide them with tools and resources that if they decide to become part of Synergy Worldwide, you can then take them to our Synergy family and you can begin to help them identify their marketing strategy based upon the people that they associate with and help them then go into that marketing strategy to see the kinds of resource tools and videos that they have that they can use from a marketing standpoint to create interest and move that interest into product users. Again, this is here to you to be able to use this not only for your own personal benefit in your marketing strategies, but also to use this website as a way for you to recruit people who want to join you in Synergy Worldwide because they don't have to invent the wheel. The wheel's already there with great resources and marketing videos and things that have been created for them. All they need to do is identify their strategy and then go into that strategy and then identify the resource tools within that strategy that best speak to them and how they want to build their Synergy business. And then use them. They don't have to create them. They just have to use them. And that is the way that a person builds a Synergy client base, is by using the resources and then using them effectively. As you learn how to use them more effectively, you will then do a better job creating momentum in growing your Synergy business. So with that said, I don't really have anything else that I want to share this morning with regards to this whole health month promotions, but I will take whatever time we have remaining to answer any questions that you might have, suggestions on marketing that you might have that you might want to share with the group. I don't give you, there's other ways that you can market and be able to create this. I've just shared with you a couple ideas on how to go about doing this. I'm sure that there's people that have other ideas on how they could be effective in doing this. So do we have anyone that has any questions? You'll need to unmute yourself. I won't unmute everyone because there'll be too much background noise. You'll just have to go in and unmute yourself, or you can raise your hand and I can unmute you at that time.
Hey, Dan, it's Judy.
Yes, Judy.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Awesome. So thanks for the great presentation. It's so jam-packed with stuff. It would take hours for someone to do a minimum of what you've suggested here today. And I'd also like to commend Synergy for really doing these promotions. It just makes my job easier. I would like to comment on a phone call that I got from Synergy just as an awareness for everybody as they're doing their social media. So Synergy Compliance called me this week because they found a post in my Facebook from March of 2020 that said that I made some type of claim. Now, I haven't seen the post. They were supposed to send it to me. I don't know what post it was, but I know that personally, I'm extremely careful on making claims about Synergy. So I'm going to be even more diligent now on what I say. So, if you're doing anyone's doing the metabolic LDL post with information, just don't claim that metabolic LDL is going to reduce your cholesterol, because that is a claim. And as Compliance said, they are a publicly traded company, and we are the face of Synergy. So as you make your posts, if you have questions, you can call Compliance and ask them if it's in a gray area. So that's the only comment I had was, Synergy is watching us, watching everything we do. I mean, so closely, because they also mentioned that they're very happy on all the posting that I do about Synergy products, and they're appreciative of that. But to just be careful on what I say in social media. So just a comment on what I learned this week.
Thank you, Judy. Appreciate that. And like we teach in all our presentations, when we're talking about heart health, we always talk about nitric oxide therapy, how nitric oxide therapy can do this, can do that, can do all these different things. And if you stay on the focus of nitric oxide therapy, there's a lot of things that you can say, and then and our product of choice to harnessing the benefits of nitric oxide therapy is Pro Arginine Plus. And here's the reasons why. And again, this information is all on that marketing page. What are the reasons why? It's clinically proven to increase nitric oxide levels and do it more rapidly than L-arginine alone. That's a clinically proven statement we can make. It's clinically proven to prevent vascular inflammation. And then if you want to get more specific, you can use the approved statements for how it does it. 262 verified quality assurance steps that go into the manufacturing of this product, recognized by the medical community in the physician's desk reference. And then you could use the quote from the physician's desk reference. Quote, Pro Arginine Plus is the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world, end of quote. Now, you don't see that any place in what I'm showing today. I have it memorized. If you want to be really effective in helping people, especially when they say, well, why should I use your product versus someone else? You say, that is a great question. So is the other product clinically proven to increase nitric oxide levels faster and more rapidly and a higher level and more rapidly than L-arginine alone? Is that other product clinically proven to prevent vascular inflammation? Is that other product actually recognized by the medical community? Is it listed in the physician's desk reference? Does the physician's desk reference say that it's the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world, like it says about Pro Arginine Plus? Does that other product have 262 verified quality assurance steps? I don't think so. So that's why you should use Pro Arginine Plus, because it's the best. Anyways, I appreciate that, Judy. Anyone else with any questions, comments, or suggestions before we say goodbye today?
Hello, Dan.
Yes, Donald.
Just want to thank Judy for mentioning that, because I got a similar email And I was too away from the comment. It was a comment on vitamin D, and some person, I think it was one of my friends, posted, liked it, and they indicated that Synergy, has vitamin D3, and I liked it, and I also got an email, kind of warning me that I was a little too close to the edge. So yes, I don't think I don't know if it's Synergy, but I think that they might have a company who looks for that kind of stuff. It's like being audited. So yeah, Judy, thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, Donald. And I'm sure that with the COVID-19, again, we've got to be really careful in terms of what we say. That's why
Correct.
when I do my videos on vitamin D3 and COVID-19, two things. One, I never mention any Synergy products with regards to it. And secondly, I make sure that whatever I share from scientific documentation. And then in my YouTube videos, in the description, I actually have the links to the scientific documents that I share in my video, so that I cannot be targeted from either Facebook or YouTube about putting out false information, the quote false information that it's not. So again, it's really important, especially in the environment that we live in today, that you want to make sure that the information that you share has that you can back up your information. That's why I also recommend on your social media post that if you make a statement, then you provide the link to the article that you are able to make that statement from, because then that link provides you with coverage that this is not just your opinion, this is what is being reported. And again, the more that you do that, then the more that you're able to show people that you're just not making this stuff up, that's just not opinion, but this is information that you want to share with people that is documented scientific information.
Thanks, Dan. You're absolutely correct. And what I did was I shared the link to the vitamin D deficiency, not retrospective study. So they thought I was a little too close to, the vitamin D3 product.
Yeah, and again, my suggestion. Yeah,
and ask that I take it down.
Sure. So again, it's all a matter of how you do your presentation. You could do all this information with regards to the scientific research that shows how vitamin D deficiencies increases your risk of getting COVID-19, as well as the outcome is less favorable if you do get COVID-19. And then it's just like, okay, and you keep your product post completely separate from that, where maybe a couple days later, a lot of people have been asking me what's a good source for vitamin D3. There's a lot out there, but I would recommend that you get a chewable vitamin D3. And if you're interested, Synergy Worldwide provides a great vitamin D3 supplement, or you can go to your health food store and find a vitamin D3 chewable supplement. Again, it really depends upon the presentation and making sure that you keep the two of them separate.
Absolutely, Dan. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anyone else with anything before we go? All right. Well, I want to thank everyone. Next week, we're going to look at the importance of auto ship and when to have it in place for the month. And we'll address that next Saturday. Talk to you then. Have a blessed weekend.